Hi guys, in my last video I was talking about which kind of vans you can use to become a driver. I forgot to mention that electric vans, be careful with electric vans. That electric vans, it can work for you if you're planning to be a multi-drop driver in London or Manchester, Birmingham, in a city where where you're not gonna spend miles. Where you're gonna spend is time. Remember the problem with the vans, with the electric vans, is you need to worry too much about the battery. So for long distance, forget about it, because you're gonna need to worry about, I cannot drive more than, I cannot go to Cambridge and back because I'm gonna be struggling with the battery. I need to find a place to connect my van. I cannot have long distance because basically doesn't work. So if you planning to work in a city, multi-drop, yes, you can use electric vans. Otherwise, forget, because you're gonna be in trouble. The company I got at the moment, one of the first van was electric. We had to sell it because the same problem. We were losing jobs because we were just limited to work in a city. Okay, now when you decide that become a driver is the job who you want to do, when you decide which band you're gonna have, when you set up your own company, you need to check with company house, with HR and revenue, to see which kind of company you want to set up, sole trader or limited company. That is depends on your necessities or what you want to do. So just have a look at those websites. They will give you a better idea. So now when you got your van, you need to decide what you want to do. Become a multi drop. I think it's a lot of jobs you can call DPD, pack, every it's a lot of companies. You can search online and they can hire you. They can, if you have a van, even better. If you go 1-2 vans, you can enter as a small company. And now is the other part of the business, which is there is apps where you can get jobs, which is courier exchange and courier spare. So CX, basically one is CX or the other one is CE. You need to pay a fee, and you need to enter that as a company, a registered company. Remember, you need to have goods in transit and goods in transit insurance and high and rewards insurance. Without these two documents and these two policies, you can be in trouble. Most of the companies, for example CX, they will ask you for all this information. And also, if you've been stopped, you've been involved in an accident, or you've been stopped by the police, you can get fined. You can get a penalty if you don't have that one. You got a ban, but you need to have the legal insurance and all the documents in place to carry stuff. So my next video is gonna be explain you a little bit more about courier spare and courier exchange. There is two platforms. They are good if you clever enough and you know how to do it. If you know how to apply for jobs, if you know how much you need to charge, because there is different prices you need to charge. You charge depends if you're working in London. Okay, let's talk about this now. For example, how does it work? If you are in courier exchange and CX, it's a platform. The fee is around, I think it's almost £4,000 per year. You need to pay in one go. You need to register as a again sole trader or as a limited company, but you need to have all those documents. you pay that one, and there is an app in your phone. You need to have your smartphone with internet all the time, and you will have all the jobs available in your area. You can, if you go the master app, you can see all the jobs in whole UK if you want to check it. But you can set up to have jobs available in, I say for example 30 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles around you, because they go locators, so they can the app they can tell they can tell they can tell where are you sitting at the moment, so they can show you all the jobs. The jobs in London and outside London, they got different prices and depends on your van. The problem when we go with CX is that it's the same drivers. The same drivers, they sometimes they just to get the job, they got the job so cheap. Big companies, doesn't matter how much you charge, they're gonna charge the same amount to the customer. So the money who's gonna get the transport company is gonna be big comparing with the money who you're gonna get as a driver. Remember, when you charge, you need to think about the petrol. It's really expensive now, the per liter. You need to think about the time consuming. You need to think about that. You need to have some money for the van. You're gonna use you're gonna have daily use on your tires, in your brake packs, in your discs, in everything. So don't give the job so cheap, because it's a problem for all of us. And the company, they're gonna keep getting more money. For example, if you got a small van, that example is no need to be like this, but it's quite close example to the reality. If you have a small van, charge minimum £1 per mile, £1, and I will say £1.10 per mile. If you go a small wheelbase, £1.10, £1.15. If you go 3 meters van, 115, 120, 125 sometimes. If you go 4 meters van, you can charge 130, £1.30, £1.35, £1.40 per mile. Okay, and then you can keep increasing the price, depends on your van. If you go court inside with tile, there is, you can go at £2 per mile. But please don't charge less than £1 if you got small van. There is giving the job for free. And then the companies, again, the transport companies, they're gonna get the whole money just for themselves, and you're gonna get pennies. So there is some exceptions. Yeah, for example, if you work in London, central London, you not charge per mile. There is something who not everyone told to you when you start to become a courier driver. There is things who I learned with the time. So for example, in London, you not charge per mile, you charge per time, because in London 10 miles, easily 10 miles, you can spend easily 1 hour and 20 minutes. In that case, don't charge per mile, you charge per time. Let's say in average it's around 50 to 60 pounds per hour if you would driving in central London, talking about a small and medium wheel and a small van and a small wheelbase. If you go 3 meters van, you can charge 60 pounds. If you go 4 meters, you can charge 70 pounds, 65 pounds per hour. You need to check in your snap how long it's going to take to do the job. Also, don't forget that there is congestion charge. So when you place your quote, on top of your quote, you add 15 pounds, because the transport companies, they're going to charge to the customer the extra 15 pounds for congestion charge. So you need to charge, because if you know, you have to pay. Okay, you have to pay. So on top of you on the quote, don't forget to add 15 pounds for the congestion charge. There is some for example, if you need to go for the Dartford crossing, the bridge, remember you need to pay £3 every time you go and back. Every time you're passing is £3. So just think about all these ads. So I hope this video it helps you a little bit more. Next video I will try to explain you a little bit which places avoid or not avoid, but which places you're not gonna get a lot of job. There is things you need to think about. Yeah. Okay, guys. See you in next video. Thank you. Bye bye.